These are the things that defy you. These are the things that God said he want to detox us from. Out of men's heart proceed evil thoughts. What have you been thinking about evil? Have you been thinking evil towards your brother? Have you been thinking about doing something evil? All this thing, God said, I'm coming for that. I'm coming to detox your system from the evil thought that you have against people or even against your own self. Because we can have some low self-esteem issue. We can be the most beautiful person in the world, a beautiful person that I've seen, and then we'll look in the mirror at our own self, and we ugly. No, we got to change our confession. You may be ugly, but you get in that mirror and you say, no, I am beautiful. I am wonderfully made. Say what God said about you, and that's what God said. He said, you are beautiful and you are wonderfully made. I don't care how people say you. Don't talk about your own self. Hallelujah. Anyway. Okay, proceed. Evil thought. Adultery. I know I'm gonna hit some toe, but God said I'm coming against this stuff today. Not only today, he's coming to get it because he want to beautify you, he want to purify you, he want to justify you, he want to make you gorgeous, he want to increase your value. Hallelujah. He want to make you a precious stone. Hallelujah, Jesus. I want to get into preaching mode. Hallelujah. Adultery, fornication. Yeah, there's a lot of singer people is in the world these days, and as I said last Sunday. And they said, it's my body, I can do what I want to do with it. But know this, young people, men and women of God, it's your body, you can do what you want to do with it. But at the end, God going to require something of you. Because he said your body is his temple. And you got to be careful how you treat his temple. Okay? And the murder. Okay, and I don't just want to talk about people murdering people on the street. What about murdering with your mouth? What about killing people with your mouth? God said, I'm coming against that stuff. I'm coming to purify. I want to clean your mouth up. I want to clean your tongue up. How you relate to people. Just in general, I want to cut this stuff out of you. It's just like a cancer, and it infecting you. And God said, I want to clean it up. I want to purify you. I want to beautify you. But I can't beautify you unless you take a bath. You have to have on the proper clothes. Hallelujah. You can't take a bath with dirty clothes on. You got to take them clothes off. And God got to give you some new clothes. And you got to wash in those secret places, them places you don't think nobody know about. You got to wash on your arm in those other secret places. What am I saying? I'm saying there's some secret places in the realm of the spirit that you got here. God said, I want you to get rid of that stuff. So I want you to purify yourself. I want you to get yourself ready. Hallelujah, for the next move of God. Because God's coming as some clean vessel. Yeah, you can be clean. And if you fall, he said you have an advocate with the Father, which is Jesus Christ the righteous, and he's willing to forgive you if you fall down, if you slip. And some of us don't slip, some of us go headlong in it. But there should be a conviction in your heart. And there's a little voice on the inside and you telling you shouldn't be doing that. You shouldn't be saying that. Said that's not right. And if we listen to that little voice on the inside of us, we will begin to obey God. And we begin to shed off these things, these impurities that cause us to be pure in the sight of God, to be clean in the sight of God. Okay, murder. Okay, man, what about murdering somebody? And murdering somebody with your mouth and murdering their reputation, destroying their character when you don't know anything about them. But you going around, you saying the same thing that you heard somebody else say. But you haven't took the time to get to know that person for yourself. But you help destroying their reputation. I'm talking about that kind of murder. God wants us to get it together. He wants us to get it together and pull off these things. Okay, thieving, theft. I want to talk about that too. And not that I'm above fault, because some of these things that I'm telling you about, the Lord have allowed me to go through them, or allowed me to be tempted by them. It was in a situation that I worked in a laundromat, and my rent was due, and I was the manager over the finances. And the devil told me, said, why don't you just go and take the money and pay your rent, and then when you get paid, pay them back. See, the devil is cunning and he's sneaky. And if you don't watch yourself, you'll fall for his traps. But the Spirit of God told me, said, don't you do that. See, God will come in here and warn you. He said, that's a setup. Sometime in relationship, you see this young man come your way. And know that young man is not any good for you. But you say, I can change him. No, baby. You can't change nobody. If God don't change you, you sure can't change it. So anyway, getting off on another track. Anyway, let's go further. Covetousness. Coveting what somebody else got. Instead of telling God, Lord, give me or bless me to get so-and-so, so-and-so. No, you're going to cut and connive and try to get what they got. No, God said, I want you to cut that stuff out. Wickedness, deceit, lasciviousness, an evil eye, blasphemy, pride. That's another thing I want to deal with, pride. Because pride will have us to be in a situation or be in lack and too proud to ask somebody for help. And some of them so arrogant and let me go on, Father. Foolishness. He said, all these evil things come from within. They're in your spirit. They're in your heart. And that the Bible says, and that's what defile you. That's what cause you to be impure. God said, I want to get it out of you today. Not only today. Just get it out of you, period. And some of this thing, I know I'm picking up now. Somebody saying, well, you don't know what I've been through. You don't know what I'm in right now. No, baby, I don't know what you're in right now. But I know a God. Y'all got to make me cry. I know a God that know what you're going through. And I share this with you. I had a sister that was in an abusive relationship. I didn't even know anything about it. I was just laying in my bed one night. And all of a sudden, it looked like someone just took a rope and tied it around my neck. And I was suffocating and couldn't breathe. And my husband sat down by me and he was saying, Gene, what's the matter? What's the matter? And I was trying to tell him what was going on. And he didn't understand what was going on. And I told him, I can't breathe. I can't breathe. And all of a sudden, when I said that, my sister's name popped in my head. See, when God got your best interest at heart, he will cause people to pick you up in the realms of the spirit and begin to pray for you on your behalf. And so I got ready now. I was so in a rush, it happened, and I was just got up and getting my clothes on, getting ready to go out the door. And the Lord said, wait till in the morning. So in the morning I came over to her house, went over to her house, and I knocked on the door, and I looked at her and I said, is everything all right? She looked at me with an honest face, and she said, yeah, everything's fine. So Deborah, I said, you can't even look at people's face sometimes and tell what's going on. You got to look in the realms of the spirit. You got to see what's going on behind the scene. Hallelujah. Even though I didn't see what behind the scene that was going on, because I didn't know that the man that was abusing her, hallelujah, Jesus, that was abusing her was standing behind the door and telling her that she better not say anything. Hallelujah. But I knew I heard God. So what I began to do, I began to intercede for her. And then she began to tell me later. She said, you don't know that he had I think she said a gun or some kind of weapon behind her back. So if she said anything, that he can hurt her. And so not too many months after, it was some months. Not too many months after that, God miraculously delivered her out of that relationship. So I know it's some rough things going on out there. I know you're some people that really hurting, and they're saying, how can I get out of this? I know sometimes you're in a situation and you don't know who to trust. You don't know who to go to because you think the one that you do trust, they might not understand. But God understands. And I continue to ask you, if you are in those type of situations, they can't stop what's going on in your mind. They can't stop what's going on in your heart. You begin to cry out to God. and say, Lord, you help me out of this situation. You provide a way of escape from me, God. You help me. You deliver me. You set me free. I heard about you, God. I heard about how awesome you were. I heard about how mighty you were. Well, be mighty in my life. Be mighty in the situation that I'm going through with God. Be mighty. Oh, my God.